Before we start, I want to tell you that I love you and I wish you the best. Why is it that so many of us, particularly as we age, are so vulnerable to running out of vitamin D? It's not one single cause, it's a perfect storm of factors, a real depletion problem that hits hardest when we need our defenses the most. First, let's look at the sun's sneaky trick, what scientists call the latitude problem. We know the sun gives us vitamin D, but here's the reality. For most of the population, specifically in the northern half of the country and similar latitudes globally, the sun simply isn't strong enough during the late fall and winter months. The sun's rays hit our atmosphere at a low angle, and they can't effectively generate vitamin D production in your skin. Even on a bright, sunny January day, you're not getting what you need. It's like having an empty gas tank, but the only station is closed for the season. Our primary source is literally unavailable to us. Second, there's a biological change in our skin as we age. This is a change we can't stop, only compensate for. Studies show that by the time we reach age 70, our skin is only about 25% as efficient at making vitamin D as it was when we were 20. That's a startling difference. You need 4 times the sun exposure just to get the same result. So even if you lived in a perpetually sunny climate, your body's built-in factory for making vitamin D is running at a severely reduced capacity. Third, let's look at our diets. We naturally try to eat well, but the truth is, very few foods naturally contain enough vitamin D to meet our needs. Yes, you get some from fatty fish like salmon, and some foods are fortified, but even with your best, healthiest efforts, getting enough from food alone is nearly impossible. You'd be eating huge quantities of salmon every single day. Relying on diet for vitamin D is like trying to fill an Olympic pool with a leaky bucket. It's just not enough to cover the massive deficit, especially when your skin isn't helping. Remember to subscribe. In this way, you stay updated. And what does this combination of factors look like in real life? Eleanor is 72, active in her garden and her book club. But every November, like clockwork, she would hit a wall. She described it not just as fatigue, but as a deep, soul-crushing exhaustion. She started telling her friends, "I think this is just what getting old feels like." She'd cancel plans, she'd feel low, and she assumed this was her new normal. Her doctor, on a hunch, ran a vitamin D test. Her level was critically low. It wasn't old age at all. It was a severe nutrient scarcity that was mimicking decline. Her story shows us that the biggest challenge is that this deficiency is so often misdiagnosed as just being tired or getting old. It's clear that the odds are stacked against us. Now that we know why we're so vulnerable, let's look at the specific, measurable health challenges that arise when our levels drop so severely. The hidden costs to your well-being. When your body is lacking vitamin D, it's not just one system that gets weaker. It has a profound cascading effect across several systems. Let's look at the critical consequences that vitamin D shortage can cause or worsen. The first and most immediate challenge is a compromised immune system. This is huge, especially now. Research, including studies published in major medical journals, consistently shows a strong link between low vitamin D levels and increased susceptibility to respiratory infections, colds, flu, and more serious illnesses. Why? Vitamin D acts like a field general, activating your T cells, which are the main defenders in your immune system. Without enough of it, your body's defense forces are sluggish and under-equipped. Think of George. George is 68, a kind man who used to joke that he had the perpetual cold. Every November, he'd catch a cold and it would just linger. It wouldn't turn into anything severe, but it would just drain his energy for 2 to 3 months straight, forcing him to keep tissues in every pocket. When he finally got tested, his vitamin D was nearly non-existent. The scarcity meant his immune system could only manage a slow, weak defense, just enough to keep the illness from getting critical, but not enough to actually win the fight and send the virus packing quickly. Once he corrected his D levels, those lingering colds became 3-day nuisances, not 3-month ordeals. The second serious health consequence is linked to muscle weakness and the resulting risk of falls. This hits right at the heart of our independence. While vitamin D is famous for bone health, and it is the gatekeeper that allows your body to absorb calcium, it is also absolutely necessary for proper muscle function. A shortage can lead to noticeable muscle weakness and reduced coordination. I think of Martha. Martha is 78. She started falling into things, tripping over the curb, stumbling a little on the stairs. Worst of all, she found herself getting stuck when she tried to stand up from a deep, soft armchair. She was convinced she needed a knee replacement. Her doctor ran a full panel and found her vitamin D was dangerously low. The problem wasn't her joints, it was the muscle weakness that comes from deficiency, eroding her balance and power. Her story is a perfect example of how vitamin D scarcity manifests as a loss of stability and confidence. The third cost is felt deeply in your energy and your mental well-being. Ever feel that deep winter fatigue, that genuine lack of interest in things? Beyond the clinical diagnosis of seasonal affective disorder, vitamin D plays a significant role. Studies point to a clear connection between low vitamin D and feelings of fatigue, generalized muscle weakness, and struggles with mood. Your brain actually uses vitamin D receptors, showing its deep importance for neurological function. It's almost as if your body's internal battery life starts to run down as your vitamin D levels drop, perfectly syncing with the limited daylight outside. It's clear that this scarcity of vitamin D creates widespread challenges. But the really good news, the piece of information that should give you absolute hope, is that unlike the dwindling sunlight, this is a problem we absolutely can fix. Let's talk about the 3 simple, crucial steps to turn this situation around. Your 3 science-backed steps for a vitamin D shield. You now understand the why and the consequences. Now for the how. These are the 3 concrete steps you need to take right now to ensure you are not one of the 80% statistic this winter. Step 1. Get tested. No more guessing. This is the foundation. You simply cannot know your vitamin D status without a blood test. There are usually no clear signs until you're deeply deficient. So call your doctor today and request a 25-hydroxy vitamin D blood test. It's a very common test, and it's the only way to get a precise scientific reading of your current levels. You are flying blind if you skip this step. It removes all the guesswork and tells you exactly how much your body is truly missing. Step 2. Supplement smartly with D3. Once you have your results, your doctor can prescribe or recommend the correct dosage of a vitamin D3 supplement. The D3 is key. It's the most active, easiest absorbed form. Remember that food is not enough. Your doctor will look at your specific numbers to determine your needs. Some people may need a lower daily dose, others might need a higher dose temporarily to catch up. Follow their advice precisely. Getting a quality D3 supplement is your direct replacement for the sun's scarcity, giving you a precise, controlled supply. Step 3. Pair it right and be consistent. Now, here's a crucial tip to make that supplement work harder. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin. That means your body needs dietary fat present to properly absorb it. Taking your D3 with your largest meal of the day, which usually contains some fat, or with a spoonful of healthy fat like olive oil or some avocado, will dramatically increase how much your body can actually use. And finally, consistency is everything. It's a daily effort. Make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. Now, let me tell you about Tom. Tom was tested and his levels were low. Step 1. His doctor gave him a specific high-dose D3 prescription. Step 2. Tom was diligent. He took it every single day with his breakfast, which usually had a little avocado or butter. Step 3. Within 3 months, his fatigue was gone, his mood was lifted, and he told me, "I feel like I'm running on premium fuel now, not that old watered-down stuff." His transformation is proof that these 3 simple, deliberate steps are all it takes to reverse years of deficiency. My challenge to you right now is this. Pick up the phone and call your doctor to schedule that vitamin D test. Make it your absolute priority this week. Don't let the scarcity of winter sunshine compromise your well-being this year. Take these 3 steps, build that strong vitamin D shield, and face the colder months with confidence and vitality. What's one thing you're going to do today to tackle your vitamin D levels? Tell me in the comments below. Your action might be the inspiration someone else needs. If this video helped you understand the critical importance of vitamin D, please give it a like. It helps us reach more seniors who need this vital information. And subscribe to our channel for more practical health advice to help you thrive over 60. Stay well, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.